My name is Deborah Menz-Blancheton. I'm a psychotherapist. I'm in my late 60s. I've always wanted to learn the piano. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I wanted to learn the piano, but it wasn't something that was in the means of my family. Years went by, and from time to time, I would try to take lessons with a teacher, and it didn't go very well. It's a skill, it's an expression of one's creativity, and we all have a need to express our creativity. And for these many reasons, I have always wanted to play the piano. What was difficult in my attempts to learn to play the piano was I'm dyslexic, but I'm also I have dyscalculia, and it was a very great hindrance when I did try to learn with other teachers. The method that most teachers use to teach is limiting. I would even go so far as to say often punitive, without a sense of there being a progression, that it didn't feel like I was building any kind of competency. That's what I was living until I encountered piano. So what has changed for me since I've been working with this program? Well, for starters, it has removed the great stumbling block, the difficulty for me to read music. It took that problem away, which meant that I could focus on actually creating musical sounds. And also my passion more and more is jazz. And jazz music is played with the famous lead sheets. And it meant that I was able to access not only music, but even the kind of music that counts for me. What it meant was a great sense of encouragement, a great sense of optimism, seeing that there's a path in front of me where I can make progress, where it's not so dumbed down that I feel that it's not a challenge, but at the same time, it's not so difficult that it's beyond my reach. It's just between those two limits, and I can build on skills and progress. What I'm most proud of is there are kind of two bits to that. The first bit is what I'm most proud of is that I achieved this. In fact, I even hadn't set it as a goal because I didn't think it was possible. It was just a dream that was kind of out there, but that I was able to perform. I did perform a jazz standard on the piano and singing it at the same time in front of an audience. But the other thing that I'm proud of is that I'm able to keep working on the piano and express a certain level of creativity that I wasn't able to do before. I'm starting to allow myself to feel like a musician. That's what I'm proudest of. What surprised me about the method itself, this course, was the presence of Caitlin, because I've already taken on an online course or two. Let's be real, they're Caitlin's competitors. However, I actually know Caitlin. She's actually somebody that I talk to at least once a week or two times if I wish. The fact that Caitlin is so present is incredible. As a matter of fact, I keep waiting for her to say that she's not going to be able to do that anymore and be so present, but she's so committed to that. And she even talked about that in the last session that we all had with her, about her utter commitment to being present, being implicated, exploring more. It's really terrific. And it's incredible to have somebody at her level that I can talk over my little problems of how to play the C chord. It's astonishing. So that has been very surprising. Unlike the other courses I had taken, one of the things that I think that really sets Pianoly apart, without question, I would highly recommend Pianoly for especially somebody who's like me, older and having desired to learn the piano for a long time and who has doubts. As you're getting older and you're no longer somebody in your 20s, you say to yourself, well, gee, am I going to be able to learn? It's been an experience that has greatly encouraged me to see that I am capable of learning and making as much progress as I do right now, because it is in such a positive, encouraging, understanding setting, and there are so many tools in place to help us advance. And I did qualify that by saying it was something that was good for somebody who's older, but not just people who are older, for anybody who's a little bit anxious about starting to learn the piano and doubtful of their abilities. Piano is great for everybody.
You're my funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. You make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable. Yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Let your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak. Are you smart? But don't change a hair for me. No.